By the time you watch this, I believe the server will be going under maintenance or hopefully it will be over. I wish you luck in the battle park, Tamer. Good luck. Hello, my name is Tanner and welcome to another Digimon ReArise video. Today I want to slow things down a little and do some catching up on my account, and I also want to talk about the upcoming battle park that is released today. Oh, by the way, I just created a Discord channel. Initially it was created for my guild, but hey, you guys are welcome too. Link in the description below. So I finally had time today to sit down on my computer to farm some of the evolution materials. When I woke up today, I slept for only 3 hours after I uploaded that raid guide video. If you haven't watched that, be sure to check out the video. I spent a good amount of time collecting all the information for the raid, so I hope it might bring you some insight one way or another. Okay, let's touch to start. Now I finally have enough materials to digivolve my team, and it's gonna bring a lot more damage, so let's do it. Okay, I kind of hold back the digivolving process just by a little bit later so I can record it for this video. I don't know why, but it feels just kind of nice, you know, to do it all at one go. Okay, I'm gonna digivolve my WarGreymon first. Okay, so I told you guys, right, I've been sitting my ass all day today just to farm all these materials while working on this video as well, and it's actually 7 AM right now. So here goes. The stats difference is crazy. Look at that. Wow. And then Giga Destroyer become Terraforce, and then this one will, okay, passive. Okay, basically it just power up by a lot. Okay, let's go. Oh, I'm so excited. WarGreymon. Oh man, and I'm gonna only see this one time, so let's just sit back and enjoy. He's actually one of my favorite Digimon. Like the whole Digivolution line, from Agumon, Greymon, WarGreymon, and then WarGreymon. This is like my favorite line ever. And of course Omnimon. Or most of you prefer Omegamon. Alright, evolution complete. Wow, look at the boost. That's insane, man. But the material required is also quite insane. Okay, so next up. Oh, I don't have this enough. Okay, I'll get back later. This was actually the most pain. Like, I really don't have anything void at all. So let's go. Minervamon. The stats increase is also crazy. Okay, so he actually will gain an extra attribute here, 50% chance to inflict poison on 3 enemies. Okay, alright, let's go. I'm super excited to just buff my whole team, man. Like, what? Oh yeah, I forgot to screenshot. Digimon, okay, Monzaimon, and then I don't know how a stuffed toy can become a waifu Digimon, but I don't know, it's Digimon, man. Alright, really happy with the stats change, and of course the skill change. Okay, next. Okay, next we have Greymon Virus. Okay, Greymon Blue. Okay, so from Greymon Blue to WarGreymon. Okay, besides the major stat change. Okay, his main skill added an increased one own counter rate by 40%. Okay, let's go. Black WarGreymon. Okay, it says blue though. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, Virus it is. Alright. And I forgot to screenshot that again, the previous one. I mean, this is ultimate, so okay, I'm just gonna leave it. Having a video is good enough, I guess. Okay. Alright, and finally, I have Vidramon to Arrow Vidramon. Okay. So this one also has like extra stuff. 60% chance to inflict stun on single enemy target. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's go. The design for Vidramon is actually really nice as well. Okay, that's really cool. Arrow Vidramon. So I need to get material for this. Be right back. Yo, gotta work on that beat vortex, man. I need all the money to level up. Okay, we are back and I have the materials for high Andromon. Okay, wait, before I see. Okay, extra. Increase all allies block rate by 30%. Let's go. This is the final Digivolution for today and probably for a very long time to come. Oh, that's really nice. That's really cool. Alright. High Andromon. This guy is really good for PvP. Okay. The stats. Wow, there's a lot of HP. You can really take some hits. So while I was like farming for my materials, I went to the big vortex and got some cash. Managed to max this guy out. And then maybe now I'm gonna max Arrow Digimon. Wait, 70? I think I can hit 70, man. Yep, I'm broke. Okay, thanks. Okay, so today we are gonna talk about Battle Park. So, what is Battle Park? Battle Park is basically the PvP or arena side of this game, and I would say it plays a really big role in this game on top of the events and raid content. I'm not 100% sure about this, but when it was first released in a Japanese server, it was only auto, but now they changed it to manual, so hopefully we will get the updated version so to be able to manual it. So, why do Battle Park? For a simple reason, rubies. So yeah, the most important reason are obviously the rewards. Battle Park probably give you the most amount of rubies, aka your main income for all your gacha needs besides swiping your credit card. Okay, fine. So how to Battle Park, alright? Basic strategy. I'm gonna cover only the basics in this video just to have a feel of what to expect. If you guys want, I could make another in-depth guide in the future where I'll gather more information about the PvP aspect of this game. To understand PvP, we must first understand certain aspect of PvP. One of the most crucial part of PvP is understanding status abnormalities. For the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna call it status effects. So let's start with status effects. What are status effects? Status effects are basically effects that are caused by Digimon's skill and it usually disable certain aspect of the Digimon. Status effects are very strong in PvP, and since there are a wide range of effects, your team comp and strategy can be different from another. Then again, most people usually just use meta because that's how it is. So, what are the different types of status effects? First, let's talk about the most disruptive and annoying ones. They are shock, paralysis, freeze, stun, and sleep. These 5 basically render the affected Digimon useless. When under the effects of these, your Digimon will not be able to use any skills or even basic attacks. One good example is what WarGreymon does in our current raid. With one simple stun, it can mess up your team's whole rotation. Additionally, for freeze, the frozen Digimon will not be affected by any action taken by ally or enemy besides being unfrozen. So the only thing you can do is to cure the freeze effect. Next, let's talk about the other sets of status effects. While they aren't as disruptive as the 5 previously mentioned, these status effects can still wreck the composition of the team and can be annoying as well. Poison, burn, and error are basically dots, which means damage over time. As the name indicates, the Digimon will take damage whenever its turns come to play for a certain amount of turns. Skill lock. This effect basically locks the skill as the name suggests, but the affected Digimon can still do normal damage. Next, we have skill lock. This effect basically locks the skill as the name suggests, but the affected Digimon can still do normal attack. And finally, we have blind. This prevents your Digimon to use normal attacks or counters and also reduce the accuracy of skills. Next, let's talk about block. If a Digimon manages to block an enemy attack, the damage received is half, which is really good. Means your Digimon get to live for another turn. There are a few ways to increase block. One is having a Digimon with said skill. It could either be active or passive, and another way is by using plugins. Moving on, sometimes you will meet some enemies that have either very high defense or high block rate, and there's actually a way to bypass that. Using one of the 3 status effects, aka dots, we talked about earlier in this video. The 3 effects are poison, burn, and error. These status effects will do damage over time, and even if the Digimon got disabled by one of the 5 status effects, those damage will still go through each turn. So keep that in mind when building your team. One thing to note when building a strong team is to remember to level your Digimon. Level makes a lot of difference in terms of stats even if both Digimon are at the same stage. Their power can vary accordingly. Another way to strengthen your Digimon is through plugins. This can make a difference especially in a later stage where a Digimon with a fully blinked out plugins can do a lot more damage than the one with mediocre setup. Next, we will go through the best Digimon for Battle Park. Here are some of the Digimon that are available in Global right now that are really good in Battle Park. Okay, firstly, we have High Andromon. On top of giving his team a 60% defense buff, High Andromon can also deal 170% AoE damage that has a 40% chance to inflict shock to the enemy team. And while doing that, increases his team block rate by 30% for 2 turns. His kit is simply perfect for PvP. Next, we have Minervamon. You should have expected her name to appear, didn't you? Her main skill does a whopping 280 damage to 3 enemies that reduce counter attack rate by 20% for 2 turns. On top of that, it has a 50% chance to inflict poison for 2 turns. Her sub skill does 130% to all enemies and also reduce their block rate by 20%. Finally, her passive decreases the defense of all enemies by 20% and she has immunity to freeze. Basically, she's too hot to be frozen. Oh no, maintenance! Okay, I will talk about the Digimon right here. I think this is a good page to talk about. And now we will talk about Plesiomon. Oh, so what's good about Plesiomon? Plesiomon is able to heal 50% HP to all its allies and also heal sleep effect. Plesiomon's main skill does 280 damage to 3 enemies with a 50% chance to stun and also decrease the 3 enemies block rate by 20% to add some topping on it. Its passive disable free status on all its allies for 2 turns. You can say Plesiomon can definitely keep you alive longer in battle. Next on the list we have Sakuyamon, which is one of the banner units beside WarGreymon who completely stole the limelight for good reasons. What's a better way to fight than to disable their skills completely? Yup. Not only can this foxy girl has a 40% chance to skill lock the enemy, she also does it to her enemy friend, which basically means all enemies will get a 40% chance to get skill lock. On top of that, she decreases the attack of the enemies by 30% for 2 turns, with a sub skill that also does AoE damage to all the enemies, and this one decreases defense by 30% for 2 turns. And finally, not only she attacks, she also protects her friends from getting skill locked by enemies. She's a keeper, alright. Now we have Boatmon. He has 3 kits to his skill set. His main skill has a very high multiplier of 340% damage to 2 enemies, 55% chance to burn those 2 enemies. His sub skill does 130 AoE damage to all enemies with 40% chance to get burned. And finally, his passive grants his allies 20% crit chance in battle. He will also not get burned. Next, we have Tiramon, a Digimon that is disappointingly not a female Digimon. This is one Digimon that have enough of all these awful status anomalies and decides to stop them for 1 full turn. That's basically his passive. So when the battle starts, boom, immune. Keep in mind that only applies to his brave or red friend. With his passive, it might not be as important as he basically nullifies his opponent's team first turn status attack. Finally, we can start talking about his skills. His main skill does 220% damage to 4 enemies with a 45% chance to poison 2 turns. It also decreased power damage resistance of the 4 enemies by 30%. His sub skill is 210% damage to 3 enemies with 30% increase in block rate for all allies for 2 turns. And now we have WarGreymon. The only reason he's actually considered is because Global just started, which means there's not many mega anyways, so here he is in the list. I've already talked about him in my previous raid guide video since he's the boss. Just know that both his skills are single target and they do a lot of damage. Wravemon is also a very good Digimon to be used in Battle Park for his AoE blind skills while protecting his allies from blind status. Other Digimon that's worth mentioning are Abemon and Puppetmon. And that's it for this video. I hope you learned something from this video. If not, I hope at least you enjoyed this video that I just made. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you have not. Hit the like button and let me know your lineup for your PvP team in the comment section below. And once again, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.